Alrighty guys, I wanted to make a video on the inner workings of a multiple six-figure real estate operation ran by a 20-year-old entrepreneur. So we do wholesaling real estate, so we find people who want to sell their house, we get that house under contract, we take that contract to a cash buyer, and we make a fee in between. If you want to learn what wholesaling real estate is, this really is not the video for you. And so I highly recommend that you go watch something else. This is going to be me diving into the inner workings of our business. Every piston, gear, and machine that's lubricated and oiled up that's running this business is what I'm diving into. So we literally have 4 people on our team. We have systems and processes in place to make this an actual business. We're not just hustling and cold calling and doing 1 to 2 deals a month. We have overhead, we have marketing expenses, we have employees, and we have a legit running business. This is not a hustle. This is not like some drop shipping store. This is a legit business. So I try to tell people that. Anyways, so like I said, we make multiple 6 figures a year. I want to always make sure that I'm credible in that when you're listening to me talk, I actually have proof that I know what I'm talking about. So it is April 19th. There's still 11 days left in the month. So we still have more opportunities coming in and the month's not even over. But this is where we're at so far. It's been a pretty slow month, but this is just kind of proof to you guys that we are who we say we are. So this is how much we're at this month, as you can see. And yeah, so that's how much we've made this month so far. There's still a lot of time left, and we still have multiple opportunities for next month and months, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, doesn't matter. Point of that is to show you that I'm legit and that I know what I'm talking about. So let me explain to you guys how this works. So what we do is we do SMS marketing. So we text about 150 to 200,000. That's always closer to 200,000 people a month. So imagine with your mind 200,000 people in a room. And then imagine they all get a notification on their phone. And it's somebody asking if they want to sell their house. That is what I did. I text 200,000 people. So that's about 7,000 to 10,000 texts per day. Out of those texts, we get about 400 to 700 responses a day. And then that's a lot of people to reply to. You probably can't even reply to 10 people a day. Imagine having to reply to 700 people a day. So we have a designated employee that's been fully trained, fully accustomed to doing SMS filtering. So her job is literally within our SMS platform to actually respond to all the leads, export, tag, and to make sure they go where they need to go. So she responds to all the messages, tags all the messages, puts all the messages where they need to go, and sends all of the qualified, amazing responses to the CRM, and sends all of the on the edge, vague responses to the CRM. And what I mean by this is we text a lot of people. We get a lot of great quality responses that are, yes, I want to sell my house. I'm in pre-foreclosure. I can't afford it. I inherited it. My wife has dementia. I need to downsize. Those are great motivated responses that we want our acquisition rep, the person actually getting those contracts, talking with those sellers, to talk to. We then get a lot of responses as well, that people that say, how much can you pay me for my house? What's your offer for my house? Are you the buyer or are you a realtor? I actually have a house in this town. No, I actually have 2 other houses down the street, right? Those responses I just told you, those are vague. They don't really tell us that they truly want to sell. If I asked you, hey, how much would you sell me that shirt for? You're like, well, what's your offer? That doesn't mean you want to sell your shirt, right? That does not mean you want to sell your shirt. If I offer you $1 and it's a $20 shirt, you're going to tell me to kick rocks. But if I ask you why you're even entertaining wanting to sell your shirt, and I ask you about the condition of the shirt, your motivation for selling the shirt, your timeline for selling the shirt, and how much you want for the shirt, then I can really determine if I should even make you an offer and waste my time with you. So imagine 100 people. Imagine hundreds of people all wearing white shirts. Some of them want to sell their shirt more than others. So how do we get that information without wasting our time making offers and booking appointments? We pre-qualify, we pre-screen. So, like I said, our SMS filterer, our employee in our SMS platform, will send all of the super good responses that they're already telling us they want to sell their house. That's going to our acquisition rep, closer. He's working all of the quality responses, because the acquisitions is the most important part of the business, right? So he's talking to all the quality leads that want to sell their house, that's getting us opportunities, getting contracts. Then all of the vague responses, that there is opportunity in those vague responses. It's just our acquisition rep does not have time to dig that information out of them, because he needs to be talking to people who are actually selling their house so he can actually close deals and make the business money, so we can generate income to pay our overhead, marketing expenses, payroll, everything else. So he can't be talking to those people, because that's disaster, recipe for disaster. So we have a designated employee to talk to all those people. And we actually do close about 1 to 2 of our deals. Out of the many deals we do a month, about 1 to 2 of them really is from our lead development screener. Those people who give us those vague responses, there's always opportunity in them. It's just when you're doing so much volume, you don't have time to fish it out. If you're a newbie and you're just hustling, you have time to fish it out. But when you're running an actual business and you're not just hustling, and you have to make sure that everybody is doing the highest ROI thing they can possibly do. So we have a completely designated in-house employee to pre-qualify all of the vague opportunities that get exported from the CRM. So lead development screener is qualifying these vague opportunities, and I would say about 2 to 5 leads get pre-qualified by her a day, and those leads then get sent to our acquisition rep if they're good quality. So our acquisition rep is not only calling, voicemail, texting, booking appointments with the qualified SMS responses, but also the vague to pre-qualified from the lead development screener responses. Now, we stringently track everything within our business, because you cannot scale and repeat this process if you don't have information that's telling you can do so. If you are not tracking everything, how do you expect to grow? How do you expect to scale? You are simply just hustling, and you're not running an actual business you can sell. The purpose of KPI tracking and actually making sure that we track every metric within our business is when I go to sell this, I actually have a business. I'm not just hustling. That is the difference between large scale wholesaling operations and small 1 to 2 deals a month. So our employee lead development screener, we track how many calls does she make? How many people does she talk to? So how many conversations? Conversations. But she makes like 220 calls a day, averages about like 15 conversations. 20 to 30 conversations, 15 to 30 conversations actually. It varies. KPIs vary, right? People answer the phone at different times. Anyways, but we track how many calls she makes, how many how many conversations she has, how many leads she had to delete, how many of those vague responses did she actually pre-qualify that got exported to our acquisition rep. So how many qualified leads did she generate from the mid batch of SMS responses? Then we also track how many she deleted, and we also track how many of the leads that she generates turns into a contract, which actually closes. So those are metrics we track with her. For our acquisition rep, we track obviously all of the calls, conversations. So all the calls he makes, all the conversations he's had, all the offers he makes. So we try to shoot for 3 to 5 offers a day. We want to make people offers on their house. If you're not making offers, you're not making money. We track that. So then we know, okay, if you make about 5 offers a day, you're probably going to get about 5 contracts a month, but you have to make sure you're making those 5 offers to qualified leads. You can't just make 5 offers a day to shitty leads. You have to make 5 offers a day to qualified leads. That's how you actually get to 5 to 10 contracts a month. How do you make sure you're talking to qualified leads? You have somebody that vets them out, and then you make sure the quality responses get sent to the good acquisition rep. If you don't, I don't expect most people that are watching this to understand this, but that's okay. So we track all those KPIs for both of those employees, and then we also track KPIs for the SMS filter. How many responses did we get that day? How many responses got exported to the CRM? How many responses got marked as wants to sell? How many responses were vague that got sent to the lead development screener? How many responses that just replied with an asking price that was too high that we just respond to? I can go so deep into this. I can show you every metric to my business. I probably shouldn't even be talking this much because I'm giving out way too much free sauce. But, we track everything because we're running a business. This is like, yet again, I try to tell you guys, everybody gets into wholesaling real estate and they think of it as like a hustle. This is not a hustle. This is a legit business. Then the acquisition rep will work all of the quality leads. He'll follow up with them, book appointments with them, and then he'll actually close them and get them under contract. Once he gets them under contract, that contract then gets sent to our disposition manager. We have a person, a part of our team, who actually does the dispositions. So we need to find people to buy our deals. We get deals under contract. We need to find buyers. We have about 1,000 some buyers within our email blast, so we'll get an email blast prepared with a Dropbox photo of all the photos and the property description, and we'll send out all of our properties to all of these cash buyers. And we also have out-of-house JV, other wholesalers, daisy chainers that we frequently send all of our deals to because they go put it in front of more eyes. They go put it in front of their buyers. We make sure it's not exclusive though. We don't want to just give them the rights to our contract and we can't shop it out. We make sure everybody shops it out. The more eyes in front of what you have, the higher chance you're going to be able to sell it. So we make sure our shit gets in front of everybody within our county, and we have out-of-house and in-house disposition people. Then, once we secure the buyer with an escrow deposit, then what we do is we coordinate the transaction all the way to the end. Our disposition manager is also our transaction coordinator, so he will make sure that the contract actually closes and that if there's any hiccups within the process of under contract with a buyer to closing, he takes care of them. So we need people for all of these certain parts within our business because again, it's a literal machine. I'm running a literal machine here, and so we have to make sure that every role is, how many roles can we delegate? How many people can we add? How much more can we spend on marketing? How many people can we feed? Like it's all just about delegating, tracking, and outsourcing what you can. But yeah, so we have about 4 people on our team, 3 of them being full-time, even the disposition transaction coordinators full-time, so 4 people full-time on our team running a legit business. We're going to be trying to outsource another acquisition rep, and we're just going to continue to scale. I really do believe that we could get to that we are going to get to the 10 to 20 deal mark. We're at the 5 to 10, but to get to the 10 to 20 deal mark, just imagine needing 2 of this, 2 of this, and 2 of this, and probably still 1 of these, just more focused on it. So I think the purpose of today's video was just to kind of share to you guys what the inner lookings of a 20-year-old's business that's making multiple 6 figures a year looks like, and that you can do this too if you really put your mind to it. But just know that it's going to take a lot of effort and it's not going to come overnight, but it's definitely doable, and you can really scale this to the moon. There's no limit. So that's the beautiful thing about real estate, is that the only limiting factor is quite literally yourself. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions on my business in itself or wanting to actually get into wholesaling real estate, I am going to be releasing a course down the road here pretty soon. So feel free to DM me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to reply. Thanks.